Hi, my name is Bob Taylor, and I'm your host for this segment of Our Ventura TV. I'm here today with my guest, Natalia Staneva, from the New West Symphony. New West Symphony, explain that to me, Natalia. What is that?
I will. Thank you for having me. New West Symphony has been in Ventura County since 1995. We're a professional orchestra that performs in Oxnard Performing Arts Center, Civic Arts, Thousand Oaks Civic Arts Plaza, and Santa Monica. So we're probably the only professional orchestra in town that gets to travel and call 3 different venues our resident venues. So in addition to having resident venues, we also have a professional conductor and about 70 professional musicians who work for us on a regular basis. Some of the concerts, we invite close to 90 to 95 musicians to perform. So it's a great symphonic orchestra. That's what New West Symphony is.
Okay, so other than an orchestra, you are a nonprofit and you are an orchestra. What is your outreach? I mean, as a nonprofit, our nonprofits serve a community as opposed to just the people within that itself. So what is your outreach? What do you serve?
Thank you for asking that question. New West Symphony's mission is to inspire passion for music.
Yes.
Inspire passion for symphonic music. So we do a lot in the community through our education programs to community outreach programs. If we start with elementary school kids, for example, here in Ventura, we serve over 140 at-risk youth at elementary school and at Sheridan Way Elementary School. We're now in E.P. Foster. We're going to be in high school in a few years. So Harmony Project is a program that started about 4 years ago in Ventura by philanthropists Sandra and Jordan Labby. They were the co-founders. They brought the program from Los Angeles. The founder in Los Angeles is Margaret Martin. So we're an affiliate, but we run our own program. So we're the first orchestra in the country to adopt Harmony Project directly into our education department. So we start with kids who are 3rd, 4th, and 5th grader with, I think 4 years ago they started on orange Home Depot buckets, percussion, and then slowly they learn music appreciation, learn how to come to the performances, and now we have all orchestral instruments. And it's an amazing transformation of the kids. We basically use Harmony Project as a tool for social change.
Great. So you not only put on orchestra events for musicians and for John Q. Public, you're also involved in our school, heavily in our schools.
Yes, we have a lot of partners. We have Bell Arts is our partner, Ventura Unified School District is our partner, Sheridan Way Elementary School is our partner, Food Share is our partner. So here in Ventura we have Harmony Project. In Ventura County in general, we also have Music Van, and I am sure a lot of people who are watching this program are familiar with our Music Van. Music Van is an instrument petting zoo that is in the community every day. So volunteers who are willing to go through the training with our Music Van docent, they can take the van from the parking lot and drive it to elementary school and do a demonstration of the instruments. We put a number of tables and do assemblies so the kids are exposed to the instruments, they can touch the instruments, they can play the instruments. And we've had a number of kids who came and said after their Music Van, I am a trumpet player, I am going to be a pianist, I am going to be a percussionist. So they self-identified themselves with an instrument, which in turn really helps middle school band directors to recruit the kids from the elementary school into their middle school bands. And some of the directors really take advantage of our Music Van. They drive the van off the parking lot and take middle school students to the demonstrations for elementary school students. And that's how they recruit the kids in the program. And then from that, we have a very thoughtful process. So after they're exposed to the Music Van, we invite the teachers, chaperones of the kids, and the kids to Symphonic Adventures concerts. We design specifically concerts for 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. So they're introduced to periods of music, to the orchestra, to a lot of other elements that they didn't know before they came to Symphonic Adventures concert. So we bus the kids. New West Symphony sponsors all of it, so it takes a huge investment from the community to sponsor. So sometimes we have up to 8,000 kids, 8,000 students who go to 2 shows in Oxnard, 2 shows in Thousand Oaks, and some shows
that's a
in
lot of kids.
Santa Monica. So they get to experience the orchestra firsthand. After they do that, we invite them to be our members of the VIP Family Club, where they can become a part of our audience at the regular concerts. So they bring their parents. And VIP Family Club, we provide discounted tickets. We subsidize the tickets. It's really less than the cost of going to a movie. So when the kids come to the orchestra, they're given a VIP badge that allows them to go backstage. We design the program specifically for them, big font, interesting facts about the soloist, interesting facts about the instrument that the soloists play. And in the intermission, we take them backstage. And here they are meeting our musicians, guest artists, and our conductor. We do special activities for them. They're in heaven.
That's got to be quite a thrill for the kids. You know, there's really not much better than seeing a gleam in a child's eye of, I got this. You know, and you must see an awful lot of that with the things that you're doing.
We do. Actually, it's interesting because we get letters sometimes from the parents whose kids were in the 3rd grade when they first experienced Music Fan, and now they're sending us letters when the kids are in college, playing in college orchestra, and they showed us the progression. We have photos of the kids as they were playing the instrument.
Boy, that's got to be your Hall of Fame. I mean, you guys.
It's the most rewarding part of my job, I should say. You know,
going through that album and looking at those different pictures. So, how many children per year do you believe you guys affect in one way or another?
We participate in the big Thousand Oaks Arts Festival. We have a couple thousand kids going through the festival. We participate in different community outreach fairs, etc. So we reach out to close to 17,000 kids throughout the year.
Wow, that is an awful lot of kids to touch. You know, I'm sure you have the stats, but there are so many different stats out there and things that show us and prove to us that kids involved with the arts or those with an instrument in their hand will never break into a bank, will not do all these bad things that are out there. And I mean, those are things you guys got to rely on quite a bit as you're reaching out to the public.
Yes, it's been very rewarding, but we're also pretty scientific about our approach. We do pre-concert surveys, pre-symphonic adventure surveys, post-symphonic adventure surveys. We also partnered with Cal State Channel Islands and California Lutheran University. We're doing, for example, with Cal State Channel Islands, there is a social studies group that is interviewing our parents and the kids over a number of years. Each semester, how did the kids progress? What are the changes in their behavior, math, English, et cetera, et cetera. So with Cal Lutheran University and Cal State Channel Islands, we did an economic impact report jointly a few years ago, and we realized how much we contribute to the community. We had no idea. We have, you know, just a few people on staff who are really trying to make the concerts and the outreach happen, but all the other research, we're so fortunate to be in this community that has the resources to help us get the right data.
Well, it's so important for the arts to stay, and the more society cuts back on those things, and I don't mean we as the people, but less money in the schools, less paying jobs that have to do with arts, because they can't, if you can't test on something, it's hard to put money into schools these days. And just the fact you guys are there reaching out to those kids has got to mean an awful lot to them. I know, how many volunteers do you think it takes per year? You know, you're
to make everything
to make everything work.
Well, we have been really fortunate. We have about 30 board members, but we also have an outstanding award-winning league. It's called New West Symphony League of Volunteers. We have over 200 members in that league that every year help us with fundraising and friend raising. We have a series of events called Pleasure of Your Company. For example, we're planning about 16 to 17 events each summer where Pleasure of Your Company, if you have a special talent, or if you have a special collection, or if you have a special collection of art. So basically, we are inviting you to your home, but our members pay to go to pleasure of your company, and all the proceeds benefit New West Symphony in its education programs. So our League of Volunteers raises between $300,000 and $350,000 a year for New West Symphony. For a $2.5 million annual budget, it's a pretty big chunk of money that helps us with our education programs and putting the orchestra on stage.
Okay, $3.5 million.
$2.5
million. Where's all that come from?
30%, only, believe it or not, only 30% comes from ticket sales. The
Okay.
rest of it is fundraising, and really through dedication of our board and volunteers, we raise the rest of the money.
Do you get, are any government grants available to you of any kind? Or?
Very few.
Right.
Very few grants, and we struggle sometimes because some grants, they would make them available for a year or two and then they go away. So we rely on grants for our education programs. However, to put the orchestra on stage, we'd rely on private funds
Right.
mostly.
Right, I can see how government grants would affect the kids in arts, but once you get out of the school, it's kind of hard for the government to follow those grants. Okay, now what is the best way for people to get a hold of you if they want to volunteer, if they want to join the league, if they want to schedule, anything like that? What's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
We have a lot of resources on our website. It's www.newwestsymphony.org. And also you can call just our general line, 805-497-5800, and you can even ask for me if you want to enroll and be our board member, be a part of the league. The league has its own auxiliary board. They
Okay.
make decisions on the events, et cetera, et cetera. So if you love to plan events, if you have a special talent, please join us at any time. And also, if you'd like to come to the concerts as a corporation, if you want to be a part of the New West Symphony, bring your employees and participate that way, you can also go on our website and connect with us.
All right, we're running low on time. We got two more things I want to get through. Once again, why don't you give us that phone number for anybody that just didn't quite get it in time or picked up a pencil since then? What is that phone number again?
805-497-5800.
Okay, now the last thing is what about New West Symphony have I not asked you that you want the public to know? I mean, I know we didn't cover everything there is by any means at all in this short little interview. So what would you like John Q. Public out there to know, or your sales speech or whatever you'd like for just a minute or so?
New West Symphony is a hub, really, for anybody who is interested in symphonic music. Whether it's you have an aspiration for volunteering, whether you have an interest in helping us with our education, or you just like to come to the concerts. We have phenomenal concerts and very diverse programming. We celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month on a county basis every October. I mean, we have annual events like Poinsettia Ball, where you can dress up and come to a ball with a symphony, and many other events. So if you could just check our website, go on our Facebook. We have a lot of photos and you can see who we are. We're really a hub for symphonic music in the community, and a hub for music education and appreciation in the community.
Right. It's great when you can see something that goes right from the very beginning of the children, like third grade, and then just watch it go right through the community and watch their lives change so much. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me, Bob.
Well, my name is Bob Taylor. I've been your host today for this segment of Our Ventura TV. I've been here today with my guest, Natalia Staneva, and we've been talking about the New West Symphony. Until next time, thank you very much.